So on Facebook, we have this group called the Moon Landing Hoax, 38,000 members. A big part of this group, though, is even though there's lots and lots of posts about the fact we didn't go to the moon, which I absolutely agree with. You can see that there goes pulling him up by wires. He's got his hands on his wires pull him up. It's obvious. But what I find astonishing is that we have 38,000 people in a group called the Moon Landing Hoax, but they all believe we live on a globe, which is hilarious. Like, they think we live on a globe, but we didn't go to the moon just because it's too far to go to, the radiation belts. Like, not the fact that we can't actually leave this enclosed system, but because just for other reasons. Now, let's look at this post from 7 hours ago. So, whatever that name is, shared a link. And the link is, boycott this nonsense and propaganda. Beware the flat earth psyop. As we all know, the moon landings were fake, but in order to protect their lies, NASA created this psyop. What does the word psyop mean? It means they are purposely creating disinformation videos in order to indoctrinate people into a really stupid method of thinking. And the reason they do this is to discredit real moon landing research. I agree, that's what a psyop is. In other words, NASA wants there to be more flat earthers out there so that they can discredit anyone who does real research by telling their followers, don't listen to any of those people who say the moon landings were a hoax. They're all a bunch of flat earthers anyway. Then people steer clear of examining any of our evidence at all. Now that makes perfect logical sense. And yes, that is the type of thing that would happen. If you want someone to steer clear of something, you will mix the truth with the lies. You will gaslight, you will confuse people. And in a world where we all believe, well, heliocentrism, the religion of a globe earth, is what this world believes. So when people start to look at the moon landings and see this utter nonsense, let's see if I can find something that's worth. I mean, it's just absolute nonsense. Clearly on harness there. Oh, it just jumped up. So when people are starting to see the moon landing as a hoax, which it was, it's becoming clear as day. NASA don't want people to realise the moon landing was a hoax. So they say to people, don't listen to people who don't think we went to the moon. They think we live on a flat earth. Don't listen to these maniacs. But this is where I find it quite, in fact, it's astonishingly hilarious. Is that we have people who think we went to the moon. Sorry, people who think we didn't go to the moon, but it's based on the fact that it's too far away, the radiation belts, like, didn't have the technology, not the fact that we live on an enclosed system, so going to the moon is actually impossible. Like, this group is 38,000 people, and this isn't their first post. They publicly on their channel say flat earthers are completely wrong. We do live on a globe. And NASA are trying to put in a psyop for flat earth so that when you think of flat earth, you laugh your head off. And I do agree, flat earth itself is a psyop, but the psyop's not being used to discredit the moon landings. The psyop is being used to discredit the fact that we're not a globe. So what you think the psyop is achieving is not even what you think it is. The psyop actually has you. That's the irony of it. The psyop has actually got you. You think that the psyop's got other people confused and don't listen to these people, they're flat earthers. But you've then gone, that's what NASA think. They're going to put flat earth out there to discredit the flat earth, but actually we're a globe. So we're not going to fall for that psyop, NASA. So we're going to stick to the globe. No, the whole point of that was that you would believe it is a globe. You actually fell into their trap. And then you're posting to say, no, don't believe that. We know you, NASA, and the psyop you're creating No, the psyop was for you to fall for their, what you think is a psyop, so you are in that psyop. No one's going to listen to you about moon landings if you think we live on a globe. It's just nonsense. You are the one brainwashed. You talk about here purposely creating disinformation videos in order to indoctrinate people. You are the indoctrinated. So let's have a quick look at the comments. Sadly, these psyops are real and not new at all. And this proves my point here. I couldn't have said it by myself. I also think a lot of 9/11 stuff is disinformation. What? And then the same person did the post. Oh my goodness, it is terrible. All these people who say the planes were just CGI. No, sorry, I was there. I saw the second plane coming in. You liar! You utter liar! And this is the person who actually did the post, whatever his name is, Squiggly Line. Squiggly Line. So yes, you might have some people might go, hang on a minute, is he right? Is he wrong? Is flat Earth a psyop? Yes, to an extent, but not to the extent that you think it is, to create the illusion that we didn't go to the moon on a globe. And this is proven by you, Mr. Squiggly Line, thinking 9/11, you were there and you saw the second plane coming in. There were no planes. Liar. Liar. You are actually the very, very, very definition of a psyop. You are the psyop. Whether you're doing this because you're just a person, or whether you are a bot, or whether you are purposely pushing a psyop, you've said to people, moon landing is a hoax. People are going to find this out anyway. But don't go thinking the Earth's flat. It's a globe. We'll show you all this stuff about the moon landing, but don't for a second think the Earth's flat. And we'll give you a video we've kind of made up and it's on YouTube. Like, don't believe this nonsense about a flat Earth. Like, yeah, we didn't go to the moon, but don't believe this nonsense about a flat Earth. We're still on the globe. You liar! You are the psyop. And proven by the fact that you turn around and say, oh, yeah, look, well, 9/11, that's terrible. I saw the planes coming in. You are the very definition, Squiggly Line, of a government agent, or the actual definition of a psyop. You come in telling people not to believe a slight lie that the flat earthers get confused about. You push that as an apparent psyop, because what are you doing here? What is this post doing? You are telling people moon landings, you know what I mean? It's getting almost impossible now to deny the fact we didn't go to the moon. Like, it's laughable. So, like, instead of NASA trying to save face, or NASA, they're going to have to admit it at some point. It's going to come out. It's going to come widespread knowledge. They don't want you knowing this model, though. So as much so that you are being programmed, you are being conditioned to undo one level of conditioning, the moon landing, but believe that the rest of the world is still exactly as they tell you. Yes, we live on a globe. Yes, 9/11 was real. Like, do you not see this is a psyop of a psyop? Person telling you, don't believe this. This is what a psyop is, which you probably didn't know. So now you're like, oh, that's what a psyop is. Thanks for explaining this. This man probably knows more stuff than I do because he knows what a psyop is. He's explained it here that we're going to find out about the moon landings, which I'm not 100% about in the first place, but you seem to know your stuff. But he's telling you, I know this stuff. I've researched this, but don't believe this nonsense. Like, take it one step at a time. Moon landing hoax, but we do live on a globe. We do live on a globe, and a man in a cave did take down the Twin Towers. This exact post is the very definition of the psyop. And he's telling you to be aware of the psyop, conditioning you to stay away from the actual truth. This is the psyop. The psyop is to pretend there is another psyop. It's... I can't believe we got to the point where to actually address these people. Yeah, I've been quietly deleting them ever since 2015, but in the past year, it's become uncontrollable. Like, this is the very... You, Mr. Squiggly Line, are the very definition of a psyop. While you tell other people to beware of the psyop, because you have knowledge about the moon landings, that's becoming very, very mainstream. It's going to be very, very widely known. So maybe you are injecting into social media, especially something with 38,000 members. You are going to inject into social media. Okay, fine. You can look at the moon landings. You look at the moon landings, fine. But don't look at this. Don't look at this. Don't look at this, because they don't want you to know the real truth. Don't look at this. Don't look at this. Don't look at this. Then you've got someone going, oh yeah, 9/11. Don't look at 9/11. Don't look at 9/11. Don't look at 9/11. Like, they're turning around saying we're clever, we're smart. Like, it's still a globe, and 9/11 was still done by planes because I saw them. You utter liar. That they are literally programming you to only look at one conspiracy, ignoring the fact why it's a conspiracy, because we can't leave the closed system, which would then lead you on to the fact that, hang on a minute, if they believe that about the very shape of our Earth, what else are they lying about? Oh, maybe they're lying about 9/11. No. 9/11 was real. No, we are a globe, but let's just use, moon landings. Yeah. I mean, this is the very definition of a psyop. You, Mr. Squiggly Line, are the psyop. And I can see through your utter nonsense, your utter lies. You can be clever and smart and twist things, and people go, oh yeah, he knows what he's talking about. He's explained what a psyop is. He knows about moonland hoaxes. This man knows his stuff. This Squiggly Line knows his stuff, and he's telling us, don't believe this. No, do believe this. This post is the psyop.